Okay, today I'm going to make a shepherd's pie. Actually, it's not called shepherd's pie. I can't think of the name of it. Shepherd's pie generally is used with lamb as the meat. But anyway, today I'm calling it shepherd's pie, just like some people call sweet potatoes yams or yam sweet potatoes. Anyway, you're going to need some potatoes. You can chop them up, cube them, and boil them. I'm going to use some cheese, shredded cheese. Then I'm going to also use some red bell pepper, some garlic, some onion, Worcestershire sauce, some milk, of course, for your potatoes. Seasonings I will be using is some basil, some ground paprika, some garlic salt, some garlic powder, thyme, black pepper, and I will also be using mixed vegetables. You can use the frozen peas in the bag. Mixed vegetables, peas and carrots. But my mixed vegetables has assortment of different types of vegetables. Basically, you put whatever vegetables you want in the dish. Today, the meat I'm going to use is ground turkey instead of ground beef. And of course, you need some butter, Parmesan cheese, and I also use cream cheese in the potatoes. Next, you will need a pot to boil your potatoes, of course, a skillet to cook your meat, and a Pyrex dish to bake, or a aluminum pan, whatever you have available. Okay, I have already started boiling my potatoes, but in the meantime, I'm going to start cooking my meat. So, I'm going to season my meat. I'm going to add some garlic powder. It's coming out really slow. Some black pepper. Some garlic salt. Some paprika. Oops, might be too much. Some thyme. Some basil. And I'm going to let that cook around. Now, because I'm using ground turkey, you must add some oil to your skillet. I've already added olive oil because it's not a lot of fat or grease in the ground turkey, so you want to make sure you add some oil to your pan. I find that ground turkey is harder to manipulate than the ground beef. Okay, so I'm going to let that cook for a little while, and then I'm going to come back and add the other ingredients. Okay, I'm going to add a little Worcestershire sauce to the meat. And let that cook up for a while. Potatoes are coming along. I'm going ahead and add garlic, crushed garlic. and the red bell peppers or bell pepper, and my onions. Let all that good stuff cook up together. Okay, my meat is coming along and the potatoes are almost boiled. Okay, the meat is done. I've added it to the Pyrex dish. I'm adding my mixed vegetables. And I'm spreading it around with the spatula. Forgive the shakiness of the video because I am my own cameraman. Okay, potatoes are just about done, which I will drain the water off and mash my potatoes in the pot. Okay, now we're ready for adding ingredients. I'm adding some butter, a couple of tablespoons of butter, or whatever you want. I'm also going to add the Philadelphia cream cheese. Nice squeeze. Now here you can add chives, garlic powder, garlic seasoning, salt, black pepper, and milk. And some Parmesan cheese to the mixture. Now you just smash it until you get a nice fluffy consistency. You don't want it to be too thick or you don't want it to be too soft. Now I'm adding cheese in place of the Parmesan cheese, or you can add regular cheese and Parmesan cheese. You can use the Mexican cheese, the mixture, cheddar cheese, whatever type of cheese you want. That's your preference. And I'm going to continue mashing until I get it into the consistency that I need to spread it. A little bit more mashing and mixing and stirring. Okay, now it's done. I am going to scoop it, as you see, and place it on top of the vegetables. Actually, I could have added a little bit more milk. And you'll see why I said that in a minute. Now what I'm going to do is take my fork and try to spread it, but that, as you can see, is not going to work. So I got my spatula, you call it, or spreader, to smooth it on as if I was putting icing on a cake. But like I said, see what I mean? I should have added a little bit more milk so it won't be so difficult to spread it on. It's a little too thick, as you can see. But like I said, this is my first one. The next one will be better, I'm sure. Now that I know exactly what to do. Okay, now I've placed it in the oven. I've placed it inside of a metal pan so that I can manipulate or lift it much easier out of the oven. And of course I've sprinkled some cheese on top. And let it bake in the oven for about 30 minutes at 400 degrees. As you can see, my family has attacked it before I had a chance to film the rest of this. I hope you enjoyed this video.